Hey, it's so great to see you, and I got something really important I want to talk about today, and that's the idea and the struggle we have to wonder if we're going to have enough. There's all kinds of ways this happens, right? Like maybe you're looking at your finances and you're like, oh man, how are we going to pay the bills? You're looking at the price of oil and gas, right? To heat your house, to drive your car, to put food on the table. Like, how am I going to do that? Right, so you got that, and you're freaking out about that, and you're maybe worried about the words that you need when you got to talk to your son, or maybe you got to talk to your parents, maybe you got to talk to your teacher, and it's like, man, I don't think I'm going to have the courage. I don't think I'm going to know what to say, you know, and or you're facing a health issue, man. How am I going to get past this? And God wants you to know that He listen, He's more than enough. And He's with you. He hasn't abandoned you. He's right there. You can turn to Him. You can hear that. That's why I'm doing this. So you would know how amazing He is, and how in the midst of you not feeling like you have enough or that you are enough, to know that He is more than enough. And He is for you, and He loves you. Colossians 2, I love the book of Colossians. We're going to do a series. I'm kind of finishing it up. It's going to be after Easter, so sometime in April we'll be rolling with that. It's going to be a long one, but because there's a lot in here, but it's just so awesome. But here's a taste of that from Colossians 2:9. It says that in Him, in Jesus, the whole fullness of deity dwells bodily. Now, Paul in Colossians, you're going to hear a lot about like words like fullness and wholeness and completeness, right? There's all those concepts, because there were different groups and different like kind of other religions that they were trying to say like that you need like a secret knowledge, like you know, you need this extra like life hack, if you will. It's like a sort of a spiritual, and if you have that, and if you join us, we'll give you that, you know. But God just freely gives. There's no mystery. There's no sort of hidden thing. There's no like, hey, we have it and you don't. God wants you to, us all to have it. And see, that's the biggest difference. You know, always be leery of somebody who comes at you who's got like that, like this exclusive take on things, and you have to sort of join their enclave in order to have that. Right? And again, they were pitching it by saying like, look, you know, you don't have what it takes, but we know the secret, right? And Paul's going, no, God's not has nothing in secret, and He's got all of it. There's nothing deficient in Him. There were others who were saying that Jesus really wasn't fully God, that He only seemed like God. So there's a lot of weird stuff floating around, same as today. But to this, he just meets this head on. And in Colossians 2:9, he says, in Him, again, the whole fullness of deity, all eternal God stuff dwells in Jesus. And then he says, you've been filled in Him who is the head of all rule and authority. That's verse 10. Again, that fullness, you don't lack anything with Jesus. Because He lacks nothing, because He's perfect. He is fully God, 100%. And what's cool is he as He died on that cross, He put that all aside so that He could die in our place. See, that's why the humanity part matters. So both matter, because He could have pulled out all the stops, and He could have, you know, done it some other way, but He wanted us to know that when we're feeling like nothing, man, that He gets it. In fact, He gets it in a far greater way than any of us could ever imagine. Separation from God, the despair, all that stuff that He experienced, even though He didn't sin, even though He didn't deserve any of it, wow, that's love. And that's the kind of love you're not going to find it anywhere else. But God, and it's free. And it's out there, man. I'm just going to broadcast this. I'm not saying you have to come to my church. I'm not saying you got to get, you know, right here. I'm giving you the full thing right here, because Paul, you know, that's what he's saying. It's all there. It's all for you. The fullness of God, the fullness of His love, the fullness of His forgiveness, all of his goodness, all of his faithfulness, all for you as a gift. It's an amazing gift of his love, right? And he wants us to live with that gift every day and to enjoy that gift and to not ever like miss out on spending not just now, but eternity with him. What an awesome thing. And I pray that is something that you want to have in your life. And again, hit me in the comments and let me know if there's any questions you might have about that or any way that I can help you. Any way I could be praying for you for all of that, all right? So, again, take it all in. He's got it all for us. Have a great one. Hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody, and we'll talk to you next time.